So here now starts another S2L. When you substitute the entire S3XL, here it is, 5, 6, 7, R2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Starts on 5, 6, ends on 5, 6. So you go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to jump that 5, 6 up to here and finish off with an S3L up here. All right, back to this pattern here. Okay. So what we've got is this S3XL sandwich here with the 5, 6 substitution. All right, then we just go into an S4L, but actually we go into an S2L because this is the S2L. If we want to talk about a pure S4L, then we're going to have the a situation. That's why I redefined the the S4L. Okay, we had made that dark and it didn't stick. I didn't save it. Sorry, but so that's another way of looking at the pattern. However you want to look at it, the S4L is from the 7, 3, 6, 2. Okay, here's your 7, 3, 6, 2. It's really an S2L over here, right here, the S2L, the black one. And then you can look at this one as an S3L with a 5, 6 substitution. So I'm going to talk about that on the next video episode lesson. Let's talk about what the subject of today was, or is. Good coffee. That canned stuff. The modal scale easy rule. Okay, so after seeing Eric Haugen's video where he said that it's improper to consider a minor scale mode, for instance the Phrygian, as a 3. He wants it to be as a 1. Oh no. Well, I'm not going to do that until I'm ready to do that. That could be never. Never ready, Nighthawks. But anyway, these little things are, I'm sorry about my warped sense of humor, but what that works out to be with the Phrygian is just the 3rd minor here. Okay, if you have a C scale, all right. So in my guitar, the C is on the end. I'm not going to use piano because we're trying to learn guitar. So I'm going to do the C scale as the root. We're going to go root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roots. Now that sounds pretty low because my guitar is down tuned, so it's C is the open string, and the tuning for my guitar is this guitar has been going out of tune, but it's doing well. Sit down, princess. So, the 3 is the Phrygian, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, root 2, 3. That starts the Phrygian scale right there on the 3rd, all right? Now everything going horizontally is the same note physically. So the 3rd, the E, is the 3rd in the key of C. The E is the 2nd in the key of D. Okay? It's the 1st in the key of E. It's the 4th in the key of F. No. it is the 7th in the key of F. So all right, it's the 6th in the key of G. As you know, E is the 6th in the key of G, etc., etc. So everything going horizontally is the same exact note. This going vertically is the root parent, the parent key. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the modes as you go up the parent key. So in C it'd be Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian minor, both minors, Lydian 4th, Mixolydian 5th, the dominant. Now that's why the dominant has this flat 7. The thing is, the way this chart is arranged, and of course the 6th is the Aeolian, and the 7th is half diminished. The way that this chart is arranged, okay, is, let's look at one that only has one, say sharp 4th with the Lydian, okay, but I'd rather do the flats. But what it is if you start on the Lydian, it assumes you're going to make a major scale there. So 1, 2, 3. No, we have to sharp the 4th to stay in the key of C. And another way of looking at it here's Dorian 2nd, which is D minor, right? D minor. So it'd be starting on that, where'd that D minor go off to? Okay, let's do the A minor. A minor would be like that, okay? So there's A minor. The chart assumes you're going to make an A major scale. So starting on the 1, there's the 6th, okay, the 7th, and then you flat the 3rd, but it wants to make an A major scale. If the 3rd wasn't flatted, it'd be, but you flat the 3rd. You see, every time it starts a mode, it wants to do, if this is C, it wants to do a D major, an E major, an F major, a G major with the F sharp and all that. When you get to the 7, you got to do flat 7 to stay in the key of C that has an F natural. So that's why there's flats there, because it's trying to build a major scale on each scale degree, and then it flats it. Okay, so we know about that chart. And then the colored ones are kind of like the characteristic note of that mode. So as you know, in dominant, the flat 7th is a characteristic note of the mode, right? Okay. So that's what's going on with that, etc. I don't understand why they say characteristic notes of all of them are. Let's look at the modal scale rule. Okay, the -1 rule. The modal scale offset can be counted from 1. All right, that means if I want to play in C minor, not consider C minor if it's the relative 6, not consider C minor over here as starting on the 6th of the parent key. I want to give it its own instead of starting it on 6. Even though the patterns that we have, I can start it on 6, and I will be correct in going up the scale following the patterns. That's why we do need to keep in mind the relative numbers of the parent scale. Okay, so we're not going to lose that. Don't